Before there was language, there was scent. Before we could speak, we could smell danger, comfort, memory, divinity. And even now, in our hyper-rational world, a single whiff of something ancient can bend time, soften grief, or trigger a memory you never knew you had. But what if this wasn't just nostalgia? What if fragrances carry codes? What if smell is not a sense, but a signal? A form of frequency that the body decodes faster than thought, directly influencing mood, memory, and most intriguingly, energy. Across cultures and centuries, fragrance has been woven into the sacred. Incense in temples, sacred oils in rituals, perfumes designed not for seduction but for transformation. The ancients believed that certain scents could open portals, invite spirits, alter emotional states, or even protect the aura. And now, science is quietly catching up. Neurological studies show that scent bypasses the thinking brain. It travels straight to the limbic system, the center of emotion, memory, and instinct. It doesn't ask for permission. It acts. A single molecule of jasmine can lower anxiety. Frankincense has been shown to increase spiritual focus. Citrus can shift dopamine levels. But this is just the surface. Because when we speak of cosmic scent codes, we're not just talking about essential oils or aromatherapy. We're talking about information embedded in vibration, fragrance as frequency, molecules as messengers. And the nose, it becomes an antenna, not just for survival, but for resonance. Think about it. The same way sound can carry intention, smell may carry alignment. You enter a space, and the scent shifts your mood before you've spoken a word. You meet someone, and their natural aroma makes you trust or distrust instantly. This isn't just biology. This is signal recognition. This is your energy field responding to chemical frequencies. And if frequencies can change thought, if vibration can realign emotion, then scent isn't passive. It's a tool, a code, a key. The mystics knew this. They spoke of secret blends used only during celestial alignments, perfumes to attract protection, scents that heightened dreams or anchored manifestation. They believed the universe had a scent, and by finding the right combinations, you could tune into the divine broadcast. So here's the question. What are you broadcasting through your scent? And more importantly, what are you unconsciously receiving? Because just as you emit emotion, you also absorb it. And scent, unseen, unnoticed, is often the first language the energy field hears. In ancient temples, the air was thick with fragrance, not as decoration, but as invocation. Priests and priestesses didn't burn incense to perfume the space. They were activating it. Every ritual began with scent: frankincense to call in higher dimensions, myrrh to banish lower energies, lotus to open the crown chakra. These were not random traditions, they were vibrational technologies, formulas passed through secret lineages, recipes guarded like sacred codes. Because the ancients believed that smell could not only summon gods, it could reshape the soul. In Egypt, aromatic resins were entombed with pharaohs, not just to preserve, but to guide the spirit through the afterlife. In Vedic rituals, sandalwood was burned to align with divine consciousness. In shamanic traditions, tobacco and copal opened vision space. Each culture, across continents, discovered the same truth. Certain scents didn't just affect the mind, they altered the field. They didn't just soothe, they summoned. Because to those who understood the inner workings of energy, fragrance wasn't a luxury. It was a compass, a tuner, a bridge. Imagine this. When you inhale a sacred oil, you're not just engaging the olfactory system, you're ingesting vibration, coded in molecules, refined through centuries of intention. And when that code meets your consciousness, something opens. It might be clarity, A memory from childhood, a sudden tear, rising for no reason. That is the scent unlocking what words could never touch. Because while language works through logic, fragrance bypasses the gatekeeper. It moves straight into the temple of the self. And here's the twist. The codes are specific. Not every scent resonates the same way for every soul. That's why some feel lifted by rose, while others feel raw. Some find peace in lavender, others are repelled. It's not preference, it's pattern recognition. Your field knows what it needs, and when it encounters the right scent, it remembers, it realigns, it activates. In this way, cosmic scent codes act like tuning forks for the spirit. They awaken dormant frequencies, align chakras, and harmonize the electromagnetic field. And the most advanced among these, they are never synthetic. They are wild, alive, harvested under specific planetary alignments, infused with intention. Because the deeper secret the ancients whispered was this: the right fragrance at the right moment could alter fate, not by force, but by resonance. And now, in our sterile digital world, we've forgotten this language. We wear scent for seduction, not for ascension. We mask instead of invoke, but the codes still exist, waiting to be rediscovered, waiting for those with noses not just to smell, but to perceive. Your nose is not just a sense organ, it is a switchboard for the soul. Each time you inhale, you're not just breathing air, you're pulling vibration through the ancient architecture of your brain. Molecules enter the nasal cavity and ignite the olfactory bulb, one of the only regions of the nervous system with a direct line to your limbic brain. There is no translation, no logic, only response. Your heart rate shifts, your gut tightens. A tear wells up, not from thought, but from memory, encoded in scent. Because here's the mystery modern science is only beginning to unpack. Smell doesn't just trigger memory, it activates energy. Your nervous system is electrical, it's a tuning device. And smell, it is the hand that turns the dial. That's why one person can walk into a room and feel calm, while another enters the same space and feels unease. It's not imagination, it's resonance. You are reading the vibrational signature of the environment, and the nose, subtle but powerful, is the first to detect shifts in the field. This is why sacred spaces have always been infused with fragrance. It's not just atmosphere, it's alignment. But here's the deeper truth. Your energetic frequency influences how you respond to scent. If your field is heavy, jasmine may agitate. If your aura is cracked, patchouli may ground. And if you are open, even a subtle hint of cedarwood might trigger remembrance, a moment of spiritual clarity so visceral it feels like déjà vu. These are not coincidences, they are code matches. Fragrance is a language your body never forgot, and the more sensitive you become, the more you can choose your frequency, not just through thoughts or beliefs, but through what you breathe. And what you breathe becomes you. It becomes mood, emotion, presence. So what happens when you become intentional about what you inhale? You stop being a receiver. You become a composer, tuning your energy like music, one breath at a time. And now, ask yourself, what vibration are you broadcasting without even knowing it? What emotional residue do you leave in rooms, in people, in the field? If you could shift your frequency with a single scent, would you? Because the choice has always been yours. The tools are ancient, the codes are hidden, but the power, it's in your breath. So if you're feeling this transmission, if you want more of these hidden truths and vibrational revelations, subscribe and activate the bell. This channel is not entertainment, it's attunement. Not all memories are yours. Some are inherited, some are collective, and some don't belong to this world at all. What if certain fragrances could unlock access to realms beyond the physical, to memories not bound by time, to whispers of a life you've never lived, yet somehow remember? This is the forgotten potential of scent, not as stimulation, but as portal. Mystics across cultures have reported the same phenomenon. In deep meditation or altered states, a sudden aroma would appear, sweet, earthy, floral, or metallic. But it wouldn't come from the room. It would come from the field, from another layer of reality. In Tibetan Buddhist texts, these are called spiritual scents, aromas that accompany beings of light, protectors, or guides. The scent arrives before the vision, before the voice, a signal that something is present. Shamans report similar experiences. When a specific spirit enters, it brings a smell: burned sage, crushed leaves, ancestral musk. It's not symbolic, it's vibrational identity. And just as spirits can emit a scent, so too can spaces. Have you ever walked into a room and felt history press against your skin? Not seen it, not heard it, but smelled it. The scent of old grief, of ancient joy, of a ritual that happened long before you arrived. This isn't imagination, this is astral memory. You see, scent doesn't just link you to your past, it links you to the past, to places you've never been, yet feel inexplicably familiar, to people you've never met, yet sense in your bones. This is why certain sacred oils were only used during dream incubation rituals, because the right aroma, inhaled at the threshold of sleep, could guide the soul into other realms, not as fantasy, but as journey. These are the lost technologies of the spirit, and as we rediscover them, we begin to reclaim a deeper truth. That consciousness is not limited to the waking mind. That energy remembers, and that scent is the key to those memories. But it goes even further, because as you awaken these layers, you also awaken your field's scent. Not the chemical one, the vibrational one. Your aura emits a frequency, and those attuned to it, animals, children, old souls, can smell your truth. Even if you hide it, even if you silence it, your vibration has a scent, and when you align with your soul, it becomes magnetic, not to the nose, to the field, and others, whether they know it or not, begin to remember too, not because of you, but because of what you carry. In a world obsessed with visuals and sound, scent seems forgotten. You can't smell through a screen. You can't post a fragrance. And yet, in the background, the war for your attention is increasingly chemical. Have you ever walked into a store and felt a sudden urge to buy? Felt strangely comforted by a brand? Felt drawn to a space that had nothing to do with how it looked? Chances are, it wasn't the lighting, it wasn't the product, it was the scent. Major brands now design signature fragrances, not for luxury, but for manipulation. These scents are crafted in labs, engineered to bypass your conscious mind and target your limbic system. Retail chains use citrus blends to energize. Hotels infuse lobbies with calming florals to make you feel safe. Casinos pump in oxygen-enhanced scents to keep you alert and gambling longer. This isn't psychology. It's frequency hacking, and it works because your energy field responds before your logic can argue. But here's where it gets deeper. As we move into an age of augmented reality, VR, and neural tech, scent is quietly being reintroduced, this time through olfactory devices that emit programmable molecules. Imagine scrolling your feed and smelling what you see. Imagine advertising that doesn't just sell emotion, it becomes it. The scent of adventure with every travel video, the scent of intimacy in a romantic reel, the scent of urgency in breaking news. This is not the future, it's happening now. And while most people sleepwalk through this sensory manipulation, you don't have to. Because once you understand that smell is frequency, you can use it. You can build a vibrational shield. You can curate your energetic state. Just as you choose the music you listen to or the food you eat, you can choose your scent frequency. And when you do, something shifts. Your thoughts become clearer. Your emotional baseline stabilizes. Your intuition sharpens. This is why modern mystics are reclaiming scent, not as fashion, but as function. They anoint their spaces with oils to anchor energy. They design rituals around aroma, using breath and scent as co-facilitators. They code their mornings with citrus to awaken the mind. They end their nights with myrrh to invite dreams. And most importantly, they choose what not to smell. Because just as sound pollution drains your energy, fragrance pollution dulls your signal. Synthetic scents, commercial perfumes, and chemical air fresheners, they don't just irritate the body, they confuse the field. They mask the messages your soul is trying to hear. So the next time you inhale something, pause, feel, ask, what is this doing to my frequency? Is this lifting me, grounding me, depleting me? Because the answer isn't in the scent itself, it's in the vibration it carries. And you are the receiver and the amplifier. There is a scent for sorrow, a scent for courage, a scent for transcendence. The mystics knew this not through theory, but through direct experience. They spoke of aroma not as stimulation, but as initiation, a vibrational key that, when inhaled with awareness, could unlock higher states of consciousness. You've heard of mantras, of fasting, of breathwork, but there is another path, the scent path, subtle, gentle, but no less profound. Because when your nervous system is tuned and your field is open, the right aroma can induce ecstasy, not emotional excitement, but mystical elevation. It begins in the breath. The inhale draws in not just air, but pattern. The molecules, especially those of pure botanical oils, carry information, fractal codes crafted by nature over eons. Jasmine, when pure, doesn't just soothe, it expands the heart chakra, aligning the body with frequencies of unconditional love. Neroli opens the gate between emotion and spirit, allowing grief to rise and alchemize into wisdom. Sandalwood grounds the soul while activating the crown, a rare duality that allows one to ascend without leaving the body. These are not perfumes, they are portals. In sacred rituals, scent was used to initiate trance. Priests would inhale special blends before channeling. Oracles would burn sacred woods to dissolve the veil. Mystics would anoint their third eye, opening it to inner light. These practices were never superstition. They were energetic science, because in the right state, with the right vibration, the human system becomes a transmitter, and scent is the voltage. And here's the most secret layer. The most potent fragrances, they're not combinations, they're sequences, blends layered not all at once, but in phases, each note unlocking the next level of awareness. It's like a musical scale for the soul. One blend opens safety, another evokes courage, another invites surrender, until finally you arrive at stillness, not the absence of sensation, but the presence of everything. And in that stillness, you smell it. A fragrance you've never encountered, yet deeply recognize. It has no name, no source. It's not from this world. It's the scent of the soul, of your soul, unmasked, unburdened, remembered. And for a moment, time stops. Breath becomes light, and you are home. Not because you traveled, but because something ancient inside you finally opened. There's a question few ask. What is the scent of your energy? Not your body, not your perfume, but your presence. If your soul had a fragrance, what would it be? Because long after a conversation fades, long after a memory dissolves, what remains, subtle and unseen, is resonance. People may forget your words, but they remember how your energy felt. And sometimes, they remember how it smelled, not in the literal sense, but in vibration, because every emotion has a scent, every intention a frequency, and you, whether consciously or not, are always emitting. You carry your story in your aroma, your fears, your joys, your regrets. They linger in your field like invisible incense, and the deeper truth, others smell it, not with their nose, with their nervous system. You walk into a room, and some people are drawn without knowing why. Others recoil, unsure of what unsettled them. It's not charisma, it's chemistry, it's code. And now you know, scent isn't decoration, it's declaration. You can choose what you carry. You can cleanse what no longer serves. You can anoint yourself with frequencies that rewrite your emotional script. Because here is the ancient secret, hidden in every temple, whispered in every ritual. When you choose your scent, you choose your state. And when you master your state, you become magnetic, you become medicine, you become remembrance, not of who you were, of who you really are, a being of scent, soul, and signal, broadcasting your truth with every breath. So next time you reach for a fragrance, ask not, how will this smell? Ask, what will this make me remember? And one final question to stir your field. If someone could smell your soul, what story would they inhale? Leave your scent in the comments, then follow the frequency, because this is just the beginning.